What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. This is the first video since I've returned from Hawaii, or since I've left for Hawaii, and that's been about 2 weeks. So hopefully it hasn't been too long of no content. But this video, I just wanted to quickly touch base and give you all an update on what I did in Hawaii, and how that will carry over and drive the next few weeks of my training and my personal efforts. So let's get right into it. So first of all, bit of good news. I got engaged on my trip to Hawaii. I asked my girlfriend, now fiance, Melita, to marry me probably, I think, the third day into the trip. And obviously she said yes, right? So that was big. So aside from being in Hawaii, which was my dream destination for probably, I don't know, at least 10 years now, um, I'm now engaged. And on top of that, the amount of experience that I was able to pack in to this 10-day trip is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I've been thinking about it and looking through the pictures that I have of the trip, and I'm still shocked that I was able to fit so many different, I don't even know what to call them, but they're just true experiences in a single trip. Like, we saw sea turtles, whales, endangered seals in the wild, saw snow in Hawaii, which, for those of you who don't know, the Big Island goes up to enough of an altitude, which was, I think, like 14,000 feet above sea level, where there's snow up there and absolute pitch black darkness if you stay past the sunset, which we went up there to see the sunset, and then we had to drive down in that, which was terrifying. But uh, yeah, so coming back with a whole new perspective on not only my personal life, because I'm now engaged, so I have to start thinking and planning those next steps, but also taking the trip that I've been wanting to take since I was probably a teenager, which was quite some time ago. And looking back on that, and I'm just going to share a little bit of personal detail with all of you, if you don't mind. If you do mind, then just skip along. Um, Part of my whole initiative since I graduated college was that I wanted to build some type of business in some way that would allow me to have location freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. And I think this all stemmed from when I first read Tim Ferriss's book, The 4 Hour Work Week. And when I read it, it blew my mind and gave me this unsettling desire inside to push past what's typically accepted as part of our culture, which is, you graduate college, you get a good job, and then you work in that job or a similar job, bouncing jobs, until you retire in 40 something years. Um, However old retirement is now, I think it's 65. By the time I retire, it'll probably be 67. So 50 years of just trudging along in like the same style jobs that just like literally suck the life out of you and, chain you to your desk all day. And I had that mentality very early and the desire to build something for a very long time. And that's really what me building this channel is for me, because I've done, things in the past and been working on longer term solutions like getting my PE, which is part of that whole plan, and learning business, which is part of that whole plan. But this building of the channel that I'm doing right now is really an effort to work towards this time and location freedom. And the means that I'm doing that by are teaching what I know about my passion, Ironman, triathlon, or just health and fitness in general, to allow for beginners and working professionals to accomplish their first Ironman triathlon, which is a major feat and very important to a lot of people and should be made a little bit more cost effective, which is why the only thing that I have right now, and probably the only thing that I will have for at least the next year or two, is just this work in progress Ironman Mastery training plan slash program, which walks you through everything that you would need to know to train for your own Ironman triathlon within 30 weeks. And I'm test casing that on my friend Tom and several other people, and they all like it so far. And I'm using the learnings from that to update it and continue to update it and build more value in there throughout the year. So that's really the goal for this channel. But what this Hawaii trip did for me is gave me my why back, because for a long time I've just been working hard, studying hard, working hard, studying hard on repeat, hardly taking vacations. If I took off from work, it was, and this is going to sound crazy, but I would take my PTO from work so I wouldn't lose it and use that time to have like an intense study period to work towards my stuff in my free time, and which is the opposite of the intent of paid time off, but that's what I was using it for. So the Hawaii trip really opened my eyes up to what the why was again, because I've been grinding for so long that I didn't even know what the freedom of time and location would look like if I ever achieved it. Because if you asked me before the trip and this channel took off and I was just making, say, I don't know, 10,000 a month selling this digital product that I have, which is pretty cheap, like $30. Um, if I was making 10,000 a month from that while I was working, then I'd probably just keep working and stack up the money. But if you ask me now, then the goal has been reset, which is nice, because it's a step closer to the original vision. Um, so when I say this trip changed me substantially, then like that's really what it did for me. So that's really something that I hope all of you can relate to, and I share my story because one, it's good for you to know who you're listening to, but two, aside from like the mindset stuff that I'll teach on this channel and the videos that I teach and how to accomplish your goals in Ironman, all of these things that I'm talking about that are directly related to Ironman training and just fitness and health in general apply directly to pursuits like this building of a channel or building of a business or working in your job, um, where everything that you do adds up to the person that you are today, and all the work that you're putting in, say, in your job and in your training and in your life, build over time and bring you closer to the person that you're shooting to become, like, as long as you're putting in the right inputs. So in Ironman training, those right inputs are basically training, sleeping, and eating, right? So if you're hitting your training sessions, you're eating properly, and you're sleeping enough, then, you know, over a long enough period of time, if you're doing it right and you have the right guidance, then you'll get there. And if you all remember your early career, some of you are in your early career, there were periods of time where if you were looking at what a senior in your position was doing, you'd say that it looked like they were doing almost nothing. And you would think that you could do their job easily. And then you get put in a position where you have to do what they're doing, and the results just aren't there because there are they might look like they're having an easy time doing what they're doing, and they are having an easy time doing what they're doing, but that's because they've just built up the necessary building blocks over the past years to, one, make it look easy, and two, have the necessary background knowledge and experience to drive their decisions and their outcomes. And now I'll say the same thing happens if your goal is to build yourself some type of freedom or side business or whatever you're trying to build in your free time, in addition to your health and fitness. Those steps might be smaller and take longer to build up, but the fact that you're building and aiming in that direction for years at a time are what can bring you closer to that goal. And again, for me, that goal is that location, time, financial freedom. And the steps for that are doing videos like this, investing in my knowledge and education, and putting that knowledge and education to work. So, like, I'm in programs right now to actually work on that stuff and learn how to do it properly to, one, give the best value that I can give to all of you, and two, work towards my goals. So hopefully this video wasn't too much. It's definitely packed in with stuff from my life and my goals and what I'm working towards and the mentality that I hold and am pushing towards. And I would challenge you all to, if you did have a goal like this one specifically, like having time and location freedom, or even just traveling to a specific destination. Like if you've ever told yourself when you were young that like you would love to go to Hawaii, and then found yourself like me over 10 years having enough money to do it and just never going, then I would challenge you to go exactly where you say you wanted to go, one, and two, like make the most of that trip and let those experiences soak in a way where they remind you of the reason that you're working so hard. So, again, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to cold New York from 80-degree and sunny Hawaii. And now we have something very tangible to work towards and to grow towards. So you'll be seeing a lot more of me again, and hopefully the quality of content and the direction of this channel will improve and become evident. So let me know what you think as always, and I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. See you tomorrow.